The California Air Resources Board aims to replace all diesel trucks with zero-emission vehicles by the year 2035. But for port truckers, the deadline is much closer. KTVU's Tom Vakar live tonight in Oakland with more on the story. Tom?
Well, California's 29 ports are major economic engines for the entire Golden State. In fact, Port of Oakland alone supports directly more than 30,000 jobs, but none of these ports are worth anything without those port truckers. In late April, the California Air Resources Board adopted Advanced Clean Fleets regulations. Climate change is most affected by vehicles, and diesel trucks pollute the most, even the cleanest ones. One part specifically covers trucks that bring cargo into and out of California's ports. If any such truck has an engine older than 13 years old, they're not allowed to operate in California ports. Newer diesels may continue to operate but must stop after reaching 800,000 miles. Bill Abudi owns AB Trucking at the Port of Oakland.
This typically would be a $30,000 truck. Right now it's worthless. People are offering me $5,000 for it. Out of my 13 trucks, I have 8 trucks that are just sitting here. Any new port truck purchased after next New Year's Day will have to be a zero-emissions truck, either electric or hydrogen fuel cell. I have to go to zero-emission trucks. Those trucks are $400,000. They're still not ready for prime time.
The likelihood of those trucks being replaced, one for one is slim and none.
Joe Radkovats is with the Western States Trucking Association.
There just simply isn't enough production capacity to build zero emissions trucks to replace them. The biggest issue is the infrastructure to charge what will primarily be electric trucks.
A lot of California's critical port truckers are leaving.
We have been seeing an exodus of a lot of members from California.
People that are not quite ready to retire have picked up and moved to Texas.
At Texas ports, California trucks are legal.
All this stuff is making other states very competitive.
Even trucks coming from other states to drop off at California ports will be fined if their trucks don't meet California's regulations.
So you haven't reduced emissions anywhere, you've just moved them around the United States or to Mexico.
And consider this, 60 modern-day trucks create the same amount of pollution that just one 1990s vintage truck pumped out. Point of all of it being, we are going to reduce emissions, but not by that much. On the other hand, if we don't do a lot more to reduce emissions, global warming will continue to plague us. Tom Vakar, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, Tom, thank you.